Hey there, how you doing? It's Ambassador Angie Wrights. Welcome, 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 welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Amen. Today we're going to talk about how to find money when living paycheck to paycheck. Yeah, that's right. We're going to talk about how to find money when living paycheck to paycheck. Just a few steps. Step one, make a simple budget sheet. Logging in your expenses daily, weekly, and monthly. So you want to log in your expenses, make a budget, and log in your expenses weekly, monthly, and yearly. Or you can use the envelope system. That's when you take an envelope and you put money in it for everything that you have to pay. You put money in a separate envelope, and that way you're able to keep track of your money. The second thing that you want to do is scale down in order to scale up. The second thing you want to do is scale down in order to scale up, meaning to start to live below your means. This is a way to find money, to make money when you're living paycheck to paycheck. You want to scale down in order to scale up. Step three, open up a high yield savings account, or you can start with a basic savings account. Either way, you want to open up a high yield savings account or a basic savings account for starters. In step four, the money that you find, you start a business. This is how you find money to make money when you're living paycheck to paycheck. Now, let's see what AI has to say about this. AI is okay some of the times. I mean, it's still up in the air about AI with me. So I'm gonna type in here on my phone um, what I want to type in. Just a moment here. How to find money how to find money to make money. Let's see what they're gonna say. Now, AI says you can find money to make money by leveraging your existing assets and resources, generating income from skills or services, and investing in capital you already have. But here's the thing, if you're living paycheck to paycheck, it's kind of hard to start investing in capital investing in capital. It's kind of hard to start investing in the stock market. It's kind of hard to start up a business if you're living paycheck to paycheck. And that's what a lot of people's problem is. They say, oh, well, I don't have the money, and I don't know where I can get the money to have money to do the things that I want to do the things that I desire to do. Well, booyah, let me share with you. You got to start out somewhere. So, once again, step one, when you're living paycheck to paycheck and you want to find some money, step one, make a simple budget sheet. Logging in your expenses daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly. So you can keep track of that. And if you don't want to use that particular route where you use a spreadsheet or whatnot, you don't even need a spreadsheet to do it. You can just use regular paper, regular writing paper, and write out a budget sheet to keep track of your expenses. Or you can simply use, which I like to do, I prefer to use the envelope system, which I learned today that even the Jewish people, a lot of Jewish people tend to use the envelope system also to keep track of their money. It's a budget system that works. I didn't know that Jewish people did that, but I learned that today listening to, just one moment here. Let me get into my phone. Listening to, just a moment, what's his name? He's a rabbi. It doesn't, well, this particular video doesn't say his name on this one, but he's on YouTube. He's a rabbi. He makes millions. And I was listening to him today, and he talked about ways to make money also. And I said to myself, but if you live paycheck to paycheck, it's kind of hard to do some of these things because you can't find the money. You're like, I can't find any money anywhere. I'm living paycheck to paycheck. I gotta pay the car note. I gotta pay the mortgage. Gotta pay the rent. I got college tuition to pay. I got the groceries. I got a car note. Where am I gonna find the money? I gotta pay to eat out. I gotta pay to eat in. I gotta pay for my for entertainment. I just can't find the money. I want to do things in my life. There's things I desire to do, but I'm living paycheck to paycheck. Can't find the money. Well, I'm trying to show you how you can't find the money. Living paycheck to paycheck. Maybe you get paid once a month. Maybe you're one of those people that gets paid once a month. The same rules apply. You got to have yourself a budget sheet. Whether you use a spreadsheet, a piece of paper, or the envelope system to keep track of your expenses. You got to have a budget sheet. That's actual and factual. Now, with that being said, step 2, ways to find money when living paycheck to paycheck, is you want to scale down in order to scale up. This is how you find money. Scale down in order to scale up, meaning live below your means. Give up some of those subscriptions that you have. Stop dining out or ordering in on a regular, consistent basis. Take some time off of that temporarily time. Take some time off of that, temporarily time off of that. I'm live, so phone ringing. I can take the phone call right now. That's personal. But even though you live paycheck to paycheck or get paid once a month, which is still paycheck to paycheck, you can do it. You can even invest in fine metals like gold and silver in the stock market if you wanted to. Sometimes you got to take a risk. You got to be a risk taker sometimes. But you can find the money to do those things. You say, I hear people talk about investing in the stock market all the time. They talk about investing in fine metals, precious metals like silver and gold all the time. They talk about investing in the real estate all the time. I hear them talk about it all the time, but I can't find one nickel, one dime, $1. How do you expect me to do this? I'm telling you how to do it. You gotta start with the budget system. Amen. You gotta start with a budget system. I mean, I can write one out for you right now, a simple budget system, and show you what it is that I'm talking about. You put the amount of money that you get, the amount of money that you actually receive after taxes, put it at the top of the page. We're just going to say, let's say you make $2,000. So we're going to put $2,000. Let's say you make $2,000 every 2 weeks. And that's what you make. But, or you make, yeah. So let's say you make $2,000 on your paycheck. You put that at the top of the page. Probably can't see that, but top of the page. Then you put down your expensive, like mortgage slash rent, electric, gas, water, food, let's see, entertainment, clothing, dining out. That's entertainment, so we don't have to put that on. The dining out falls underneath entertainment. And then you draw a line. It's something like that. Then you put how much your rent or your mortgage is. Let's say your rent is $800. So you put down $800. Your electric is, let's say, $100. Gas maybe $50. Water may be about the same, $50. You got $100 for food. Well, no, let's say you got about $300 for food. Entertainment, you go to the movies, you're easily going to pay close to $100. So let's say you got two people, and you're going out, you're a couple, and you're two people, you want to go to the movies, you're probably paying about $100-$200, close to that probably. I don't know, because I don't do those things. So let's say you got $200 for entertainment, and on clothing you might spend, depending on how you are and how often you buy clothing, you might be spending, let's just say, $500. Okay, and then gas for your car probably ranges about $400. I'm just guessing. Gas for your car, $400. And you just write this down like that. Car note. The older you are, the less your expenses go. When you're younger, it's a little bit higher for a car note. So just gonna put in there. I'm just gonna guess. Let's just say 120. And your budget is $2,000. How do you find the money? Well, you got to go to a calculator. Because what you want to do is calculate it all up. 2,000 minus 800 minus 100 minus 50 minus another 50 minus 300 minus 300. Entertainment is 200 minus 200. Then you got clothes. You spend 500 on clothing because you just do 500 on clothing minus 400 for gas a month minus car note 120. So you're in debt and you're spending more than you earn. So now you got your 520 down. You got $2,000. You got to scale down in order to scale up. So you write that down. That's 520 in the hole. Now you got to narrow things down. Scale down in order to scale up. Because now you're $520 in the hole. Every month you find a way to how you're going to find money. Because every month is the same thing. Then you got to borrow from Peter. You got to borrow from family members. You got to see if you can get a loan at the bank, and then you got to pay the loan back. So how do you narrow this down? Well, your mortgage you cannot help, your electric, your gas you can't help, your water you can't help, food you can scale down on the type of food you eat. You don't have to necessarily always buy brand name food to eat, so you could scale that down. Entertainment, you could cut going out on entertainment for a while and cut out dining out and dining in where you order food to before delivery, and then you find more money. Okay, the gas is $400. Let's say you pay $400 for gas because the distance that you travel to go to work and come from work puts that much in your car. Then you got the car note, which is $120. I mean, you can search around for other insurance companies. So, with that being said, that's how you scale down, to scale up, and this is a basic budget sheet. But the most efficient budget sheet that I like to use is the envelope system. Here, I'll show you here. I got a bunch of envelopes. Envelopes. You put the money in the envelope and you mark it off. Rent, clothing, car note, mortgage, electric bills. And you put them each in there, and then it's more easier to keep track of the money. And once it's empty, well, then you start again. Scale down in order to scale up. That's what you got to do. That's how you find money so that you living paycheck to paycheck. That's how you find money. You don't want to go out there and rob somebody and steal from somebody to make the money. You don't want to do that because that just means problems that you don't need to have. Just be honest and do it the right way. Amen. So with that being said, I want to thank you for tuning in. I'm Ambassador Angie Wrytes.